for an update on the chickens. There is Rocket, Phoenix, Clover, Chowder, Loki, Looney, and Luffy. Griffin, the orange hen, passed away in the early fall. The neighbor's foster dog got her. My chickens love being free-ranged. If they could choose, they wouldn't choose to be cooped up all the time. Free-range means that there's the risk of predator attacks and that they would die sooner than their potential. But the question is, would they want to live to their full potential at the cost of freedom, or to live in freedom with the risk of dying sooner than their potential? Silky chickens can typically live 7 to 9 years. I've had my chickens now for 2 or 3 years, so they could live a lot longer, but they've already had a pretty full life. So that's comforting when I think about the chickens I've lost to predators. Speaking of which, just the other day, a hawk tried getting one of my roosters again, and again I was able to come out in time. The first time a hawk showed up, everybody hid under my shed, and the hawk was after Phoenix. Phoenix was able to get under the shed in time, but I still had to scare away the hawk. This time around, I found a hawk standing over one of my roosters. The rooster was pinned down, and again, I got pretty close before the hawk flew away. The rooster that was attacked this time was Looney. When I came over to pick him up, he was still laying on his side and heavily breathing, and for a moment I thought his neck was broken, but thankfully he was okay. He just needed to calm down, and he acted like he was a bit hurt because his movements that day were pretty slow. He would peck at the ground very softly. I put my chickens away after that happened, and then I let them out later that day when I was going to be outside. It's kind of surprising that the hawks would go after my black chickens, because black chickens are supposed to resemble crows, and crows are the hawk's enemy. I'm often seeing a group of crows, or ravens, whatever they are, going after hawks in the sky around here, but I guess they just couldn't be fooled that day. And Looney, he's at the bottom of the pecking order. He's always on his own, so it's no surprise that the hawk went after him. And poor Looney, he's been kind of alone ever since he was a chick, because when he was a chick, he was the one that had so many problems. That's what's been going on with the chickens. Nothing really has changed with the skink or the crabs or the rabbits or Cody. The skink is brewmating for the winter. I take him out now and again, unless he comes out on his own, to feed him and to offer him water. And the crabs, they are staying where it's warm, but they do come out to eat sometimes, just not as much as they did when it was warmer out. The rabbits are just every day enjoying life, enjoying the routine I have for them. I'd really like to work on bonding with them, because I have lost so much trust with my rabbit Penelope. After all her treatments, she just does not trust me at all anymore. I used to be able to gain it back, but every time she needs help with something, which requires me to catch her, she just now thinks that if I get anywhere near her, I'm going to do something she doesn't like try picking her up or something. And because she is the dominant one, Poi follows her lead, and so he doesn't trust me either. Bribing them with treats hasn't really worked. They come to take a treat from me, but then they immediately run away after they take it. So I'm going to try to spend more time down on the floor with them with treats, to just try and get them to come to me, and hopefully that will build up some trust. And then Cody, he is also just enjoying each day the best he can. He is a senior dog and sleeps a lot and has back pain and is practically deaf and losing his eyesight too. Sometimes he has a hard time keeping food in, but when he's awake, he still acts like he's a lot younger than he is. It's about time I gave an update on Moji. He has grown quite a bit since the last time he was seen on the channel, and he is now fully grown. Moji's gills have gotten a lot more bushier. See the difference in how much he has grown? He may be a lot bigger, and this tank is now a little cramped looking for him. Now that he is full grown, he isn't as active as he was, so he's just chilling pretty much all the time. He doesn't really need a ton of space to swim around because he's not doing much of that anymore. There is a difference between just hanging out, resting, and being lethargic. And he was actually lethargic a few days ago because of a fungal infection, and so I looked up what to do about it, and the only home remedy that I could do was to do black tea baths. And if the baths don't work, the only other option is to take him to the vet. So I've been giving him tea baths every day. I actually make the tea during the day, and then it has to cool down before I can use it, so I let it cool down before I give him a bath, which is usually at night. Thankfully, I think the tea baths are working. I'm not seeing much fungus on him anymore. I'm still going to give him tea baths a few more times just to make sure that it really is gone. So I'm loving all the really good signs. Moji is doing great.